Hey y'all, today we're going to be making Philly cheesesteak pasta skillet. We're going to need the green peppers, onions, garlic, ground beef, beef stock, pasta, I don't know how to pronounce those, cream cheese, some pepper jack cheese. All of this was from the EveryPlate box. We're also going to need some salt, some pepper, black pepper, some chili flakes, and some vegetable oil or canola oil, a little bit of flour. We keep our flour in a bag. And not noted here, but we will also need some butter. I'm going to go ahead and get those vegetables chopped up. And then we'll clean up this mess. We're going to take our pan, heat it up a little bit. And then we're going to add some oil to it. We're going to let that heat up for a little minute. I use canola oil. You could use vegetable oil or whatever oil you have. I really liked making this dish. It was really, really easy to make. It only used one dish. So I really liked making this, and I definitely will be making this one again. Just going to spread out our oil a little bit. Once that heats up, we'll add some veggies in there. All right, here we go to cook the veggies. We have our green peppers. They're like long green peppers that they give you in the EveryPlate. We have some onions cut long ways. I cut it in half and then into little strips after that. And we're just going to let this cook until it softens it's going to soften up like this. And then once it softens up, we're going to add our beef into it. We had a four people meal, so we're going to have 2 of the beef. And everything on here is doubled for the 4 people meal. And then at the same time, you could add in your garlic. Just some minced garlic. Put that straight in there. We're going to let it cook until it browns. Make sure you're breaking up all the pieces so all of it browns evenly. Just give that a good mix and we'll come back when it is browned. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention, at this point, you can put in your salt and pepper. Season it however you like. If you want to put more seasonings than that, that's fine. Do whatever suits your needs. I just put salt and pepper as the recipe says, but definitely garlic powder, onion powder. You can put some paprika in there, whatever your heart desires. Even like taco seasoning, that's fine too. But just make sure that all the beef gets brown, just like so. Once it is brown, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. Again, I'm doubling everything for the 4 people recipe. So if you're just doing the 2 people recipe, you would just do 1 tablespoon of flour. I love how they came out all perfectly in little balls. Just gonna mix that all in. It helps to soak up, the flour is helping to soak up like the meat juices and keep it all moist. It's gonna be delicious. Then right in the same pot, we're going to put in our pasta that they give us. I got to be honest, I have no idea how to pronounce what pasta this is called, but they're kind of just like little spirals. They're hollow on the inside, kind of how like elbows are. and then they're like little spirals. So they're really cool, a cool shape. So we got 2 of those packets. So I'm going to put those in. I'm going to put in 4.5 cups of water, as well as it came with 4 of the beef stock. So I'm going to put those in as well. And that is going to cook the pasta straight into that same pan that we used for the beef. So that helps us so much with cleaning everything up. You're not using multiple dishes. This is a really, really great recipe. I feel like a lot of the EveryPlate recipes use multiple dishes, but this one does not, and it is really great. So here I am putting in 4.5 cups of water. We got 4 of these beef stocks. I'm going to go ahead and put all of those in. And again, if you want to put any other seasoning in there, go ahead. Because honestly, EveryPlate is just doing it to everybody's basic likings, which honestly is really good in my opinion. But I know that in our house, we use a lot of Creole seasoning because we like the flavor of it. We use a lot of taco seasoning just because we like the flavor of it. So use whatever you need to use. We use also a lot of just garlic powder. Garlic powder is great. Like, who doesn't like garlic? But yeah, we're just gonna do it to recipe today. So put the 4 beef stocks in there with the 4.5 cups of water. Give that a good mix, and we'll let that sit until it gets delicious. I let it boil first, like put it on high heat to let it boil, and then change it to a lower setting. Mine goes from 1 to 8, so I usually put it at like 2 after it's boiled, after it starts boiling, I should say, and then let it sit at that 2 setting for I would say about 10 minutes. So once it boils, I will show you that, and then I will show you again. See, it's boiling. I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to let that sit on like a 2 for about 10 minutes. And then we let that sit covered, and then once we open it, it will look delicious. You could see that the pasta's all cooked. The beef was already cooked, but it's more flavorful now. The veggies have softened even more, so you almost don't even see the veggies. So it's really great for kids to eat and everything. They really don't even notice the veggies in there. We're going to add a couple more things in here. You could see on the bottom of it that there's still a little bit of water, but that's okay. Like, you could drain it if you want to, but honestly, it gives it a lot of the juiciness to it. So I leave it there. You could drain it if you want to, whatever you prefer. So I'm going to put the 2 packets of cream cheese now. Just going to put all of that in there. I definitely ended up using my teeth to open this, not gonna lie. The cream cheese is going to give it a lot of the richness, so it adds a lot to it. So make sure you get as much as you can out of there, out of that packet. And we're going to use 2 of them. Next up, we're going to put our pepper jack cheese. Again, I use my teeth to open this. It's your family, do you? We're just going to put half of it. So if you only have 1 packet, you're just going to use half of 1 packet. I have 2 packets, so I'm just going to use a whole pack of the first one. So we're just going to use half of it for now. Mix that all in. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give that a good mix. Once it's all mixed, it should look like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of the cheese. Actually, sorry, I forgot to mention, we do also need a little bit of butter. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of butter in there as well. Just adds to everything, really. Who doesn't like butter? That's literally a necessity. We actually use a homestyle spread. We do have some dairy intolerances in the house, so we try to use as less dairy as possible. The EveryPlate does give a lot of like cheeses and sour creams and everything, but as far as our household items, we try not to have too much dairy in the house. All right, once that is all mixed in, on top, we're just going to drizzle some of that pepper jack cheese right on top, as evenly as possible, but just however it comes out is fine. And then we're just going to cover this and then wait for it to melt. To be honest with you, I left it for a good little minute as I set the table and everything. So it came out a little extra melty, but that is great. It's delicious. Forgot to take a picture of it when it was done, but this is actually our leftovers. So you could tell how delicious it is just from the leftovers. It was so good. The veggies, nobody could tell that there was like onions or anything in it because it was so soft. It was so cheesy. Definitely like a beef stroganoff type feel. It was really, really good. Definitely recommend this one. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.